Because frankly speaking, guys, this is your B1 level, and I personally feel that fluency should be there in this level. I personally expect fluency to be there. This is the first thing. But the most common issue is as an examiner, which I can tell you, is that when you guys speak in front of the examiner, let me tell you guys this thing very frankly. One thing which is always missing is coherence. Coherence. Your coherence is not there. For example, this thing, then that thing, then that thing. A flaw is missing in your in your expose. For example, I've seen this kid. He was just sitting in front of me, and what he was saying was, bonjour monsieur le sujet de mon exposé, this I je pense que blah 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 blah. Do you really think that you're going to pass this exam like this? You will going to fail this exam. मेरे से लिख के ले लो तुम. So namaste guys. So today our topic is why students fail their DELF B1 exam. I mean, like, I've seen that most of the people are approaching me for consultation, etc. If you want to message me, you can message me here. But instead of wasting your time, I just want to come directly to the topic. That there are four parts: production écrite, production orale, comprehension, and oral and comprehension écrite. So what is it that students fail their DELF B1 exam? And let me tell you this thing very frankly: DELF B1 is very easy. It's one of the easiest exams I have ever faced in my life. All right. So let's talk about this. All right. There is no shame in discussing matlab, your failure or someone else's failure. That's totally fine. But before that, I just want to tell you guys one thing, that I wanted to make this video a bit early. Tomorrow is DELF B1. So I'll try my best to include each and everything in this video. But what I'm gonna do is uh, I will going to tell you guys something in this video, and then I'm sorry I cannot discuss each and every, because this topic is huge. This topic is in itself is huge, that why students fail. Because see, if there are 10 students in one class, तो उन 10 students की जो requirement होगी वो भी different होगी. All right, all the fingers are not same. Then how can you imagine 10 human beings to face the same kind of problem? No. So in this video, since tomorrow is DELF B1, I'm going to talk to you guys about uh, most common reasons why students fail. But the main focus of our discussion today is production oral, because there was this wonderful person, she commented on a video that she was facing issues concerning her DELF B2, and that she was facing issues concerning speaking. It is one of the most common issues that you know in your mind you speak French like this. All right, but when it comes to reality, it becomes like this. All right, so it happens to everyone, it happened to me also. So let's talk about this thing first of all, that what are the as a teacher, what I would personally suggest you guys is that in your production oral, first of all, this is the only topic which you cannot practice by yourself. I'm sorry to say this, but this is truth. All right, you need a partner. You need a partner. I'll also going to tell you how can you prepare if you do not have a partner. Because when I was preparing for my B1 level, for like last 1 month, last 30 days, I had no friends, yet I ended up scoring good marks, like 22 out of 25, 22.5, I guess. I don't remember exactly. It was more than 22. That I remember, 22 or more than 22. So you need a partner, first of all. Why? So one thing you need to remember is that language is all about expressing yourself, communication. All right, so with communication now, the one thing which will happen is that your hesitation, it will go away automatically. Why? Because we end up thinking a lot of things, but we do not speak. So once you have a friend or someone or a colleague or your teacher, so that hesitation should go away as soon as possible. All right, because frankly speaking, guys, this is your B1 level, and I personally feel that fluency should be there in this level. I personally expect fluency to be there. This is the first thing. But the most common issue is as an examiner, which I can tell you, is that when you guys speak in front of the examiner, let me tell you guys this thing very frankly, you guys make hell lot of mistakes, but that's totally fine. One thing which is always missing is coherence. Coherence. Your coherence is not there. For example, this thing, then that thing, then that thing. A flaw is missing in your in your expose. For example, I've seen this kid. He was just sitting in front of me, and what he was saying was, bonjour monsieur, le sujet de mon exposé this, je pense que blah 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 blah. Do you really think that you're going to pass this exam like this? You will going to fail this exam. मेरे से लिख के ले लो तुम. All right. So first of all, when you enter the examination hall, always remember there should be a plan. There should be a plan in your head, and it's better to write it down. All right, and do not make notes with keywords only. All right, use only keywords. Make notes by using keywords only. Now, because I have personally observed that students, one of the most common mistakes they end up doing is they start reading each and everything. They start reading each and everything to the about this. So it gives a very bad impression. I mean, like, language is all about communication. You are not communicating with me. Here you are just reading something, and I'm not involved in that practice. So you will lose marks for that. All right, make keywords. Make keywords. How to present an expose. How to present an expose. I have already made a video. That video is around 20 minutes long, and generally what people observe is they stay in the video for like 3-4 minutes. Now, you know why they stay for 3-4 minutes? Because after 3-4 minutes, I start telling them the real strategy, the real trick to handle their projection oral free of cost. All right. And I have observed that, you give valuable content free of cost, people don't give you a shit. And another thing is why people fail. Let's not deviate from our topic. Because of their teachers. I'm sorry to say this thing. If you are a teacher, for example, I had the privilege of studying French language from Madame Padma, Monsieur Soma Sundaram, Usha ma'am, Ashmi ma'am, Chetan sir, Priyanka Kharbanda. And I have personally felt that, I was very much privileged to have these kind of teachers. Why? Why? Guys, Alliance Française is costly. Let's accept this thing. So you guys end up approaching those people who promise you to cover, who promise that they will cover A1 to B1 level in 3 months, or let's say they promise you to cover that A1 to B2 level in 3 months. I'm sorry to say, if you see these kind of advertisement anywhere, do not approach that person. Never. It's not possible. A1 to B1 in 3 months is not possible. You can cover all the grammar topics. It is true. It gives views. If you will watch in one of my videos, even I said that I'll going to cover. When I say cover, when a teacher is saying that that teacher will going to cover A1 to B1 in 3 months, it is possible from the point of view of teacher. But is it possible for you guys? Tell me this thing. It's not possible. Why? Because in order to make you guys speak French language, we need, or anyone XYZ person needs you to inculcate all the tenses in your mind first of all. So I'll tell you why I'm saying this part is important. Don't think that this is a stupid thing. The very first thing is you need to remember present tense, all the tenses. Let's talk about tenses. All the tenses. That all right. Then articles. Article is an area where in B1 level students make hell lot of mistakes. Why? Yun they. Yun. Let's not talk about they and lay. All right. La la. You guys don't even know the gender of words. All right. I made a video. I'm gonna leave the link in the description section where I have given in detail how you can learn which word is masculine, which word is feminine. For example, आज, mo, o, phone, scope, ism, shion, sion, te, et. Now, for sure, see, there are six exceptions related to this. There must be some. There are some exceptions related to this. There are two exceptions related to this. First thing is work on your articles. Work on your articles. All right. Now, because articles is an area where, if, for example, recently a girl sent me her production ecrite and réclamation. I forgot réclamation. Réclamation was the word. So the problem I faced with her was everywhere she was using réclamation or le réclamation. Don't do these kind of mistakes. All right. And when I asked her personally, tell me what is the gender of this word, she said it's feminine. And she repeated this mistake twice. All right. Twice she did this mistake. Twice. And in her production oral, she did one mistake like 7 times. So it is a big problem. All right. So whenever you speak, that's why you need a teacher who can correct you. Now, if you don't have a teacher, how you guys can work on this thing is that, first of all, you all people have access to a good mobile phone. All right. So what you guys can do is record yourself and listen to yourself. All right. Go look into the mirror, then talk to yourself. I know this sounds a bit stupid, but this shit works. This shit works like anything. All right. Record yourself, then observe whatever you have, uh, whatever you spoke about. So do this exercise. It is very beneficial. Another thing is that while speaking, you guys do not have command or grammar. Why I'm saying this, that why you people do not have command over grammar? That, for example, you guys don't even know the difference between the Pui and Ilya. Now most of the people will give me this example, that example, that's totally perfect. But when it comes to spontaneous instant application now, you guys don't do this. So learn these kind of minor differences. All right, I'll come to this part in production ecrite when I'll discuss production ecrite, because this topic has more relevance over there. But this is the thing. Another thing which you can do is, another thing which is very beneficial in my personal opinion, is learn a French song. All right, I have made a proper video of like 10 or 20, 10 or 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know. So where I have discussed that how you can improve your accent or pronunciation, etc., in like 7 days. This exercise gives a spontaneous result. Now, how you guys can do this is, first of all, it's better to watch that video. Go and watch that video. I have talked about this thing in a detailed manner. Why? Because guys, if you will learn a song, you will sing that song. You have to sing that song. All right. So, for example, Aisha, écoute moi. All right. So there are people, for example, me. I studied. I studied in somewhere from. I completed my graduation from Haryana. Sorry. For example, me. I My accent was terrible. Then one of the teachers, I guess it was Chetan sir or Priyank or Soma sir or Padma ma'am, I don't remember, or maybe Usha ma'am. So one of them asked me to learn a French song, and results were tremendous. I was very happy. It was Priyanka Kharbanda ma'am. So she asked me to learn a French song, and I learned that song. And within a week, there was improvement in my accent. And I was like, what the hell? How is this even possible? All right. So this is the thing. Learn a French song. It will improve your pronunciation, because see, there are certain things. For example, African people, when they speak like Le soleil est très beau. Le soleil est là. Et mon pays est très beau. They talk like this. Why? Because this is there in their accent. You guys will not going to lose marks for these kind of things. Don't worry about that. But at least, for example, if you are saying things like instead of saying écoutez, for example, an African would say, je vous écoute, monsieur. All right, that's a perfect accent. Why? It's écoute. Écouter, the verb is écouter. But if you end up speaking like uh, écoutez and all, then you are bound to lose marks. All right. See, here I'm not telling you guys how to learn French language. I'm just telling you guys how to, score good marks in your DELF B1 exam. After that, get a job, नौकरी करो, खुश रहो, ठीक है। भगवान करे तुम खुद भी कमाओ और मुझे भी दान दे दो। ठीक है। So this is the thing. Then after this thing, after pronunciation part, let's come to the discussion part, because in your DELF exam now, the teacher will going to ask you a lot of questions. The teacher will going to ask you like whatever you will say now, he'll go against that. All right. And it is not so severe in B1 level, it is very much severe in B2 level. All right. In B2 level, he will ruin you like anything. So in B1 level, you can still take risk. That's totally fine. So one of the best techniques which I have personally developed is that suppose your total time limit is 15 to 20 minutes. All right. So speak more and more about your expose. All right. Give more articles. Make your presentation a bit longer. What will happen is that, and last thing, when you give your point of view, make it a holistic point of view so that the teacher won't have much to ask. I know that most of you guys think that he's a fool and this and that. If you are not prepared, do this. Otherwise, always there is a positive side, there is a negative side. What I personally used to do, if you are well prepared, for example, in your B2 level, this is what you can do. This is what I did. What you guys can do is take one position and stick to that position. Hell with him. जो भी आपका टीचर एग्जाम ले रहा है, fuck it. Sorry for the language. Oops. I'm feeling so bad. All right. Take a hold of one position. ठीक है, नीचे मत झुको. Give your best to, because there they will not going to ask you question on the basis of your pensée. They will give you marks. Sorry, I don't know if what I said. They will not going to give you marks on the basis of your pensée, but they will going to give you marks on the basis of your français. अपनी फ्रेंच अच्छी रखो, 25 में से 25 आ जाएंगे. It is possible. It is very much possible. I have personally seen one of my students scored 24 out of 25. Even I was shocked. What the hell? How the hell he can do this? So one trick he developed. Personally developed. Of course, I share. What I personally do is that out of 7 days, 3 days I make sure that for 3 days every day for 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. He speaks French with me. All right. With me personally. Or make an expose or something and send me the link of that expose. All right. So that I can observe his body language, etc. Because see, after COVID, the situation is very bad. All right. Now most of the things are online. So you need to take care of such things that do not no need to miss your speaking part, because I have personally seen that people who are approaching me are like, sir, hamara ho nahi raha. Why? Because see, if there are 10 students in one class, teacher can't give you that much attention. I'm sorry to say, but it's not possible. And in some cases, for example, the girl who approached me recently, she said there are only 3 students in her class, but well, then I can't say anything. She was also having issues, but well, there is a tremendous improvement and I'm 110% sure that she's going to clear the exam. I gave her only 2 classes. See, most of things with her were correct. The only thing which was missing was coherence. All right, but she didn't allow me to, use her copy as an example. Otherwise, I actually made a video over here, but I had to delete that video. So another thing is, let's come to, and when people give example, example, examples in their expose or in their role play, etc. Guys, there are fixed set of words which you should use. For example, il ne faut pas nier le fait que. You should never neglect the fact that. Now just imagine that you are having a conversation with someone who has done his doctorate, C1, C2, blah blah blah, and all, and then you are just in B1 level, and he hears something like this, that sorry, you cannot neglect the fact that. Then you know आपका impression अच्छा पड़ेगा ही पड़ेगा. You will rock the exam with such kind of lines. So search for those things. Search for those things. All right, because your main focus, if you are preparing for DELF exams, should not be on just learning language. कि यार language पढ़ लेते हैं. It's a never-ending process. All right, it's a never-ending process. Today also I make a lot of mistakes. That's totally fine. All right, when you will see, I'm not a French person. All right, I'm an Indian. So I'm making mistakes. I learn from them. I don't repeat them. That's it. Do not repeat your mistakes. And one thing is, how you can score good marks is that, suppose while speaking you are giving one sentence and you have made some mistakes. You have made some mistakes. Then what you guys can do is, you guys can correct that mistake on the spot. Believe me, guys, I have seen teachers giving 1 or 2 marks extra for this kind of thing. That doesn't mean that you are making unnecessarily intentional mistakes. Don't do intentional mistakes. Just simply, very simply, if you find that you have made some errors concerning grammar and all, correct your sentence on the spot. And in case if you forget, you can say in the end, sir, monsieur, je suis vraiment très désolé. मैंने ये कहा था, ये दी सा blah 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 blah, ये au lieu de ça ये होना चाहिए था. All right, so you can do these kind of things. First thing, after this thing, when everything ends, in the end of finally, when you guys give a conclusion or something, so do not use sarcasm and all, because one of my friends, whose name is very similar to Lord Shiva, he said to me, Pankaj, do not use, there is no point of using French expression, too many French expressions. Why? Because he was using French expressions from literature and he failed his exam. Because guys, no offense towards anyone, but in B1 level, you can take risk in your B2 level. All right, in B1 level, I personally used, just in order to check if whatever he was saying was correct or not. I'm sorry, Bhaiya, if you are watching this video. So I used two French expressions. So the Indian lady was saying that sun exists pas. But the French professor, her name was Sandrine ma'am. Sandrine was saying, si, ça existe. And I was so damn happy. I was so happy. And I personally feel that it's because of these two expressions only I ended up scoring 22 plus marks in my DELF. It's been a very long time. It's been a very, very, very long time, because I'm teaching since last 8 years. And all right, so do not use too many French expressions. Use very, very, very common expressions like vouloir, c'est pouvoir. All right, la pierre qui roule n'amasse pas la mousse. You can use this expression. All right, so there are a lot of things, but remember one thing, ज्यादा चमकाने की जरूरत नहीं है अपनी फ्रेंच लैंग्वेज. इतना ही बोलो कि बढ़िया मार्क्स से क्लियर हो जाओ. ठीक है, डू नॉट चैलेंज दैट पर्सन्स नॉलेज, बिकॉज in the very end we are all humans only. And all right, and by offending your teacher, you won't score good marks. All the schedule, even my schedule is a bit hectic nowadays. So thank you guys, that's it from my side. If you guys need any help, you can message me. And खुश रहो, बढ़िया रहो, खूब पढ़ो, पास हो जाओ, नौकरी लगो. Take care. God bless you all.